busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. As you gear up for game day this season, don't forget the MVP in your life. Whether it's a ruby bracelet to show off her team spirit or a timeless Heartland diamond that shines from across the room, we've got the perfect play. Our experts at Sartor Heyman are here to help you make the winning move. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Old School with DP and J.
Scamper, to run with quick, light steps, especially through fear or excitement.
To escape fear or excitement?
Running through fear or excitement.
So,
right? Because
so everything Kyler Murray does looks like a scamper.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a little kid who just stole his mom's purse.
Yeah.
And is trying to avoid.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Behind the camera, at the news desk, on the sideline, coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Off the Field with 1011 sports reporter Kendall Lanier on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into Off the Field. I'm your host, Kendall Lanier. You can use 402-464-5685 for the Starter Heyman text line. And to put a face to the voice, you can use Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo Cable channel 961. I'm your host, Kendall Lanier, and I have with me women's tennis, Anna Zamburek. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. I'm so excited to have you. How's off season been?
Up season, we played one tournament so far.
And I'll have you just real quick pick that mic up a little bit too. Just get a little closer.
Yeah, I just feel like the headphones are not like this. I don't know.
Yeah, you
The
want. There we go.
headphones are. Oh, okay. Do I need to put them on?
You can do it.
No, okay.
Okay. So so off season, what's that been like?
So we've been doing 20 hours for the past 2 weeks. We're getting to know each other. We have like 3 new girls. And it's been really fun. We've done some team bonding as well. And yeah, I mean, I went to All Americans. And the girls went to another tournament separately. But yeah, I mean, we're playing our next tournament next week, regionals, and that will be my first time traveling with like everybody. So I'm
Okay.
excited for that.
Wow. So what led you to Nebraska? I know you're from the Dominican Republic.
Well, basically, I was transferring, and I mean, I didn't end in like in a bad relationship with my coaches from my previous university. So they were like, "Oh, we actually think like University of Nebraska will be a good fit." Like they knew the assistant coach we had at that time. So they put me in contact with her and we started talking and I really liked her.
Yeah. And like the transferring process, was that hard to like, mentally handle?
I feel like I was very stressed at the moment. I mean, for me transferring was like out of this world. Like
Yeah.
I don't know when I first knew about college because as an international, like I didn't really know much about
Right.
college. And I was like, oh my god, I'm transferring. Like I don't know, like this is so bad. Like
Yeah.
it's a new start. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna make friends. Blah blah. But I mean, I feel like everything fell into place. I don't know. Yeah.
For sure.
Mhm.
And how did you get into tennis? 'Cause I know you were homeschooled when you were 12 and tennis was kind of like your whole life, right?
Yeah. So I started playing tennis when I was about 6. My dad, he wanted me to play a sport. He took me to this country club and he was like, "Oh, you're going to start playing tennis." There were like 5 other kids with me and I hated tennis. Like he had to do the session next to me. Like there were 2 courts and he had to do the session next to me because I could not like bear it.
Yeah.
And I remember I would play like twice a week and then I dropped it for like a year and then when I was 10 he took me to like a club, like an actual tennis club. There were like I don't know, 12 courts. There were more kids that play like good that they could play.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I want to be like I want to beat them."
Mhm.
And that's when I started like liking tennis. I started practicing every day. And yeah, my dad he hired me like a coach from Spain and he like taught me like all the proper technique because before then I didn't have proper technique. Kind of.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And so you're a senior now.
Mhm.
What is it like being a senior? Are you excited to wrap up your college career or what does that feel like?
Well, I'm a senior, but I don't feel like a senior. I always feel like I'm the baby of the group somehow. I think it's a personality thing, but yeah, I feel like time passes by so fast. Like I don't know, whenever I came, I was like, wow, 1 year's left, and after that, actual adult life, like I do have plans of what I want to do, and I'm glad because if not, you know, you don't know. It's difficult
Yeah.
times after that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then I know you said you wanted to play pro after school. What goes into that? Because it's a very different process than some other sports.
Yeah. So, do you want me to tell
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, since tennis is individual, so you have like a worldwide website, and there you can see like all the different tournaments that you can play around the world. and you need to sign up for those tournaments. Like you play for your name and your country, basically. But you have points attached to yourself. Like you can have no points, and then you can have different level of tournaments. Like there's like it's not like the worst one. It's just the initial one. It's like 15Ks, and the
Okay.
prize money is like 15Ks for all like players playing that tournament. Then you have like 35Ks and so on. Um, but like for you to like the problem with tennis is like the prize money, like the money you win, it depends on your results. So if you lose that week in first round, you spend all your money like in your coach.
Yeah.
Like tennis rackets are expensive, like it's 200 each. Then you have to buy strings. Strings is 200, and you can only like you can break strings like after 2 days, and you have like 30 strings per packet. Then you have grips. It's like it's a very expensive sport,
Yeah.
and you need to pay all your own costs if you don't have any sponsors, if you're just starting to play pro. And I mean, if you lose first round, you have to fly to the other tournament, because normally you do like 2, 3, 4 tournaments in a row, and then you go back to like practicing.
Wow.
Yeah, basically, yeah, you need to play at least 30 tournaments a year.
Yeah. Wow. So I know you want to go pro, but is there any like nerves or stress that comes with, knowing that's coming?
Yeah, I mean, like everything will depend on me. Like, of course, I've done a lot in this past years, like training. I know what I need to improve still. Um, I think I have a very nice group by my side. I have 2 coaches; they will help me a lot. Have my family support. I need to get sponsors still, and for that, I
Yeah.
need results first.
Yeah.
So my family will have to put some, money at the beginning. But
Right.
I just wanna try to be like at least top 300 the fastest I can.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because after that, it's like, oh, I will have secured like sponsors, and I
Mhm.
can play better tournaments. That's like more money,
Right.
and that's basically it. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole thing about sports. Like you want results and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And so growing up, you were in like a very like intense training, like you was all tennis. So coming to Nebraska and playing in college, was it a change? Was it similar to what you've known, or what was that transition like?
Yeah, so how you said I started homeschooling when I was 12. But it was easy. Like my math skills stayed when I was
Yeah.
12. Like that's
Uh-huh.
but it was easy. So when I came to college, I was like, "Oh, I actually have to study for exams." I was like,
Yeah.
a bit surprised. I failed my first math exam and everything. So I feel like it was tough because I wanted to do well in studies and wanted to do well in tennis. And then I was like, "Oh, I'm actually tired and stressed."
Mhm.
And that was new to me because I will only focus on like my tennis results. That will affect me a lot, like
Yeah.
enough. But now it was like the whole stress about school and wanting to do well in that. So I feel like that was like the biggest difference. Oh, and social life too.
Right.
Yeah.
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 What?
Too.
Wow. So cuz you some people just go straight to pro and
Mhm.
don't go to college. Why was it important for you to get that college experience?
Yeah, for me, so I was playing juniors before coming to college, and I didn't get my one of my years because of COVID. Like everything
Oh,
stopped
yeah.
around the world.
Mhm.
I had a good ranking. Like Baylor was a top 10 program when I went there,
Mhm.
but I could have gotten, of course, a better ranking if
Mhm.
everything wouldn't have stopped.
Right.
So I felt like I needed something in between. Like my problem has been always that I'm like my head has been very green. Like I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't believe in myself enough and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So like that was the goal for college. Like be more mature, become more mature, and start believing in myself and stuff like that.
Yeah. Wow. And looking back so far, have you,
Yes.
yeah.
Thankfully.
You're
No, I'm just
right. Yeah.
kidding. Yeah.
That's the goal. Good. So, I mean, how have you seen tennis grow since you first started playing? I know just with Serena Williams and then Naomi Osaka, like them both being able to have babies and return to their sport was like so huge. And then, I mean, just both of them using their voice a lot more, even Coco Gauff, like, going back and forth with the umpire and all that. So what has that been like from your perspective as someone that plays the sport?
Yeah. For me, those three players that you mentioned, like what stands out about them, it's like you can tell they're real. Like it's like they want to show like their personality. They're not scared to show who they truly are.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of athletes, they have to come up with a persona, like in front of the cameras. I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they never did. Like, for example, Naomi Osaka known for being one of the most transparent, like, tennis players. Like, she literally, like, posts on social media how she's, like, feeling during the tournament.
Right.
And that's, like, you don't see that.
Mhm.
And for me, like, I study fashion, and it's just, like, them three also, like, they really show their personality through their outfits. Like, Serena is so famous, like, for example, her denim skirt when she played, like, a US Open. And for me, that's so important. That's something that I really would like to, take as well in the tennis world, like my own personality, but through clothing and accessories, just like everything. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so when you do play pro, do you have any vision for what you want your tennis style to be, or do you think that'll come?
I mean, I would like to design my own clothes.
Oh.
Yeah, just for the beginning, it's cheaper too. Yeah. Tennis clothes, it's like $100+ for a dress. Like, come on, I cannot do well. I mean, I can, but I cannot.
No need.
But it's more like, I want my styles to be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like when my nails are done. My hair is out.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, and stuff like that. That's what I want to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, we'll have more with Anna right after the break.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all. And full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. This week's 93.7 The Ticket Athlete of the Week is Seward quarterback Trenton Haas. Haas went 14 of 17 through the air for 243 yards with 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the Blue Jays' 41-6 win against Lincoln Northwest. The Ticket's Athlete of the Week is powered by 3 Pillars Performance. Unlock your peak performance with the expert instruction at 3 Pillars Performance in Lincoln and online at 3pillarsperformance.com.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their #1 priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. October is pork month, so now through October 6th, enjoy bone-in pork shoulder for $1.88 per pound. Fairway's hickory smoked bacon 16-ounce packs for $4.99, thick cut bone-in chops for $1.99 per pound, and a half hog bundle all month for $199. Call 402-486-6611 for a custom cut and wrap. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Back to Off the Field on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Kendall Lanier.
Welcome back to Off the Field. I'm Kendall Lanier with Anna Zamberg. So we are just getting into everything, all things tennis, who you are as a person, a little bit more on the women's in sports topic. We talked a little bit about some of the tennis icons, Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka, all of them. But how have you noticed your responsibility as a woman in sports? I just feel like it's grown so much over the past couple of years. I mean, not only with basketball, but I mean all sports. So how do you feel your place is as a woman in sports?
That's a good question. I mean, I never really thought about it like that. Probably because, I mean, if you think about tennis, we're probably the only sport that does same prize money for women and men, at least in Grand Slams.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very fair in tennis. I don't know, when it comes to my image as an athlete, I mean, definitely like you grow up thinking, oh, am I like more masculine or something because I'm playing a sport, like you're growing muscles, this and that. But my dad, like he's like the person who I listen the most to, and he will always like make sure that I take pride in it. Like I'm literally, is dedicating a word? Dedicating?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Like I'm dedicating my life to this sport. It's given me so much. Like I need to be grateful for it. Like having muscles is not that big of a deal. Like, you know?
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I don't know if that answered your
No,
question.
for sure. And in the DR, tennis is not as big.
No, it's very small. I think like the best player we've ever had was like maybe 200 in the world. Yeah, probably. Kind of. In the men's side, it's been better. We had like a top 50. But yeah, I actually, this past summer, like I won a tournament, like a professional, and they told me I was the first Dominican to do so.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah.
So
So not many Dominicans play tennis.
right. Is that something that has inspired you on your journey, knowing that you are kind of paving the way for other people in the Dominican?
Yeah, it's gives me a bit of pressure in the sense like it's a bit selfish to think like that, but it's like, oh, I don't want to for someone to come and beat me like that fast. Like I want to do something and it takes a while.
Yeah.
But that's my selfish side, and the other side, like when I go and see like the junior tournaments, like in Dominican, this is the one that I used to play, like nationals, for example. I'm like, why are there's like not as many kids playing? I'm like, why? If it's
Right.
I don't know, there's more like there should be more people,
Yeah.
but more kids playing. But I don't know. It makes me sad. So I guess if I get results, more kids will want to play.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's a long topic if we start talking about that because
Yeah.
it has to do with, how Dominican it's considered like a third world country.
Mhm.
Tennis
Right.
is an expensive sport, like
Yeah.
the government support. It's yeah. You
Yeah.
need your family, you need your parents to support you.
Mhm. Yeah. And I mean, you have had like we talked about, life very dedicated to tennis. How have you been able to kind of keep your mental health strong with everything that you have on your plate with tennis?
I will say like the time that I struggled the most with my mental health was in college. Um the beginning I went to psychologist, felt that like there was no improvement. Like I felt like I was unhappy.
Mhm.
But then I was like, I don't know who recommended that to me, but they were like, why don't you journal?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I literally like I started journaling. I started to get to know myself better, and I found something that it's simple yet so important, being grateful. And yeah, that's where I understood like, oh, I don't have anything to be sad about. Like,
Yeah.
like just the basic things. My family's healthy. I have incredible friends next to me. Like I have a plate of food in front of me every day. Like
Mhm.
I'm healthy on my own. Um yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's the answer to everything.
That's so real. Yeah. And going to back what we just talked about, I often think about how there are so many like talented athletes in the world who like just don't have the resources to get to what it takes. I mean, like you said, tennis is so expensive. And I mean, even just within the Olympics, like seeing how many small countries there are um that don't make it to maybe the podium because they don't have everything that say the US has to get there. Is that something that's like you have thought about a lot and like you kind of want to grow?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm successful at one point in my life, I would love to like, build tennis courts and just like help kids. Like this summer I met like this she's 13 years old, but she's so talented. And I'm like I'm already telling her like just don't do the same mistakes I did. Just
Mhm.
like try to do this, not controlling her, but
Yes.
just like telling her
Advice. Yeah.
and advising her, yes.
Mhm.
And yeah, that made me think that I want to do that like for even more kids because how you said there's so many talented like in camps, like for example the amount of kids that I see like it's the first time they touch the ball with the racket. It's not easy.
Yeah.
If like people think tennis is easy, but it's not easy. And they touch it for the first time and you can see the talent like
Mhm.
immediately, and I'm like, wow, if you just had like the resources, like you could be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so real. Yeah, I see like these videos on like Twitter all the time of these kids like doing 1,000 backflips. I'm like,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
no one would ever know. And I also think social media helps with a
Mhm.
lot because like someone will just post a random video and then maybe somebody who like wants to help will support them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you noticed social media help at all in your journey? I know we were talking about you can't really take advantage of NIL being from the Dominican, but what
Mhm.
has that been like?
Well, on my side, I've never been really concerned. I haven't been putting much energy in social media. Um, like actually, I had like a tennis Instagram, and my
Mhm.
dad was the one doing it. But I mean, I feel like the only support that I got from social media, it was kind of like, I don't know, let's say college coaches reaching out. I
Yeah.
will say, yeah,
Mhm.
but not really.
Yeah, that makes sense. So a little bit more on your major. How did that interest in design first start? Was it because of tennis? Was it before? Where did that come from?
Well, actually, my dream was always to study interior design. Um, and I got to college, like at Baylor, I was going to study interior design. And I got there like it was like a Friday, and I remember it was Saturday, and we were eating lunch with the coaches. They told me, you need to change your major because it conflicts with practice.
Yeah.
I was like, freshman, I came here for tennis. Yeah, sure.
Right.
So I did business, but I hate numbers,
Mm.
even though interior design had some numbers, but it's
Right.
different.
Yes.
But yeah, and I changed my major to business. I was like literally, yeah, I told you I failed my first exam, and I was like, I cannot put like not energy, but I cannot do this in a
Yes.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then I was talking with the psychologist at that point. She was like, since you like art that much, why don't you try fashion? And I was always scared to try fashion because the market is so competitive.
Yeah.
So I did my first semester at Baylor fashion, and then here I just like continue, and I literally fell in love with fashion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be a fashion designer, and I learned that you have to kinda know how to draw.
Mhm.
That took me out
Oh.
immediately. But yeah, have you, like, made some of your own stuff now?
Yeah, I've made some stuff. I'm actually for one of my classes we have to make. There's like a runaway and everything this semester. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
having one of my teammates to model for me.
Aw.
And yeah, I'm excited for the project.
Mhm.
I'm starting it this week.
Okay. Yeah. So, the sport of tennis, I mean, we always see people, like, be very outspoken on the court. Is that something you think tennis players need to have, like the ability to kind of advocate for themselves on the court when they think a ball is in, that kind of thing? Or that's just, personal opinion?
Hmm. You mean from Coco's
Yes.
example?
Just, yeah, Coco, Serena, they're probably the
I
biggest
just
examples of it.
it's kind of like a lottery. Like you can have like a bad ref that
Mm.
they're not on your side. And I will say, yes, of course you have to like say something.
Yeah.
Because they literally can turn a match like around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely have to speak for yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you think playing tennis has like pushed you to be a more confident, outspoken type of person than you were before?
Hmm. I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Like I remember growing up, like my dad will say, "Oh, like you need to like, actually like say something," because like you don't really have reps when you're playing juniors, for example, and a lot of like girls will cheat.
Right.
And I wouldn't like conflicts. Like it will make me nervous.
Mhm.
So I feel like just like actually college helped me with that. Like now I will definitely say something,
Mhm.
but try not to turn it into a conflict.
Right.
Because I thought before, like my mindset was like, oh, I say something conflict,
Mhm.
but it's not.
Yeah. So what would you say is your playing style?
Oh, definitely. I like to attack a lot.
Mhm.
Short points, hit the ball hard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so people usually like doubles more, but you like singles, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Why do you like singles?
Um, I just feel because I am, on my own. The court
Mhm.
is for myself.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, some people are like, "Oh, you like attention." I admit it. Yes, I do like attention. So I like doing, good
Yeah.
shots when I play.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, you can do it in doubles too, but I guess I don't know. I like
Right.
singles more.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What's your zodiac sign?
Pisces or
Okay.
Pisces. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
Pisces
Pisces.
and yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Leo because they like
Yeah.
the attention.
Um,
But yeah. Okay, wow. So is there anything like who you are as a person, do you think that shows in tennis in any kind of way when you play?
mm, definitely. Like, um, feel like I'm like an open book. You
Mhm.
can see what's going through my mind a lot. Like I the way I react and everything. So I feel like you can definitely see that in the court when I don't like how I'm playing or when I do like how I'm playing. Like it's something that I have to improve actually. Like I need to be less of an open book for my opponent too, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very perfectionist, like on and off the court. And yeah, I'm very competitive too. So
Yeah.
mhm.
So to kind of combat the like competitiveness and just perfectionist that you are, what do you do kind of outside of tennis to help manage that? Like hobbies.
Hobbies. Well, I like reading a lot. I don't really have time to read, so that's not a hobby anymore. But I like journaling a
Mhm.
lot. Well, I feel like that's different from me on and off the court. I just feel like I don't know. Because if you think about it, tennis is like it is a sport. It can open you a lot of doors, but everything just started as a game. So like when
Mhm.
I'm journaling, I can see that. But when I'm in on the court, I'm like I take it so seriously, you know, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
die if I don't win this match
Right.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I feel like I like journaling a lot. Like it's really a hobby of mine because it puts like life into perspective. Like
Yeah.
I like drinking coffee, spending time with my friends.
Yeah.
I love going to restaurants and eating. Yeah.
I'm a big foodie as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Watching shows, you know, movies, just, you know, normal person.
We were talking about the Challengers movie.
Yeah.
That is like that really broke down kind of the match rankings in tennis,
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
a little bit.
Yeah, so people who understand that better. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Do you think you got better with dealing with losses as you kind of got older?
Oh, definitely. I still struggle with that. Yeah, I remember during summer, like I was supposed to play like 4 tournaments in a row at home, and I had like this high expectations for myself. What
Mhm.
did I do? I lost first round both in the first 2 tournaments.
Uh-huh.
Second term, I was literally like depressed, like you know.
Yeah.
I went on a walk by myself in the beach on the beach. I don't know on the
Mhm.
beach, and when I came back, we got the notice that like a family friend had just died. And I don't know, I feel like that day that like marked something because I'm like, I'm here crying for a tennis match and there's people literally crying because they just lost like a loved one.
Right.
So like after that, like I promised myself like I'm never crying for a tennis match. And I mean it hurts to lose a tennis match, but now I see it like what can I improve instead of like dwelling onto it, like, you know.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll have much more with Anna right after the break.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. As you gear up for game day this season, don't forget the MVP in your life. Whether it's a ruby bracelet to show off her team spirit or a timeless Heartland diamond that shines from across the room, we've got the perfect play. Our experts at Sartor Heyman are here to help you make the winning move. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. October is pork month, so now through October 6th, enjoy bone-in pork shoulder for $1.88 per pound. Fairway's hickory smoked bacon 16-ounce packs for $4.99, thick cut bone-in chops for $1.99 per pound, and a half hog bundle all month for $199. Call 402-486-6611 for a custom cut and wrap. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $437 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004120, 437 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 5,500 dual signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 9/30/2024. See dealer for details.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Hi, this is Jay Foreman. Join me, Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O Street this Friday for their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party from 4 to 6 p.m. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. That is this Friday from 4 to 6 at Cornhusker Bank, 83rd and O Street.
Old School with DP and J.
Scamper, to run with quick, light steps, especially through fear or excitement.
To escape fear or excitement?
Running through fear or excitement.
So,
right? Because
so everything Kyler Murray does looks like a scamper.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a little kid who just stole his mom's purse.
Yeah.
And is trying to avoid.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Probably the best locker room entertainment ever. You know, listening to
Have you seen the Will Compton's videos before? How does that compare?
What does he say at the end of that thing? I like that part. What does he say?
He uses your go big.
Oh, that's
red.
right. He uses my go big red. Right, right.
That's not your Go Big Red.
Yeah.
How is that Vershawn's Go Big Red? That's been a chant long before Vershawn.
That's my go big red. It's mine.
Back to Off the Field on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Kendall Lanier.
Welcome back to Off the Field. I'm Kendall Lanier with Anna Zamberg. So we have talked a lot of things about who Anna is as a person, how she got into tennis, a little bit more on that. With the way you grew up, we already talked about how in the Dominican, tennis is not as big as in the U.S. And so for a while, you were kind of the only tennis athlete you knew. You weren't like within a lot of other teams and other athletes that play tennis. So, what was that experience like?
Well, I mean, I did play like national tournaments. Um, there were maybe like 10 girls
Mhm.
at most. But I did travel a bit. Maybe I went to like 8 to 10 tournaments. I would travel a lot around Central America. I went to Europe as well.
Okay.
Um, and that's when I will do something like out of my routine. Because for me, routine was like I had a coach at home and I would like practice with him.
Mhm.
But at home, I was kind of like in a bubble. Like I live in a country club, and I had like tennis courts walking distance. I had a gym at home, so I was definitely like, I was, yeah, literally by myself. Like I was trying doing all of that every day by myself.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think that had an impact in who you are as a person, mental health? I mean, anything at all? How do you think that experience impacted you?
I mean, I feel like definitely um maybe I wasn't as mature
Mhm.
as I could have been, you know. Um I was more introverted. Like I realized I'm an extrovert actually like
Mhm.
now in college, and I guess I didn't really know myself. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I feel like those were like the main impacts that it
Mhm.
had, with being isolated. I don't know.
Yeah. And then going to Baylor and then now to Nebraska, getting your first kind of introduction to being a part of the team and playing with other girls who play tennis. What was that like?
Um, it was very interesting, you
Mhm.
know. Um, like you were actually it felt like an academy. I don't know, like there's like tennis academies. I do not
Okay.
like them. Like I went to one in Spain.
Mhm.
I was there for like 2 months, but it's not my thing because I was so used to like, practicing on my own. I feel like the main thing it's like you share maybe 2, 3 coaches with like 8 or 10 girls. So
Okay.
you don't get as much attention. Then you're doing everything with girls. So it makes things easier in a way
Mm.
because you're with other people, you get, how do you say, outer motivation.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you start creating like a bond with them. Like it's fun to see them in the morning. You maybe live with them, you do plans after. Um, so I just felt like it's a very fun experience.
Yeah. And I mean, traveling to so many different places, I mean, before you even got to college, not many people can see the world in that way. How did that kind of open your eyes to other things outside of the DR?
Yeah. I will say that of course I got to know a bit of the world.
Mhm.
It's you don't see it as much because you're like hotel tennis, tennis courts,
Yes.
kind of. Some other places I did get to see them more, like especially Europe. But I got to know, get knowledge around the
Mhm.
world, like get to know different people, how they think. I feel like that just made me being more knowledgeable as a human being, which I think is like very important. Um, Also made me realize what I have back home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more I've grown up, the more I miss home, the more I want to be at home.
Yeah.
But I also want to visit other places. I just feel like everywhere is beautiful. So,
Mhm. It is. I know. I want to see the world more, get out. But so you want to go back to home for your pro training?
yes, I'll be settling there, but I will also be in Miami. Like
Okay.
that's the goal, yeah.
Yeah. What was like the biggest difference from home and here when you first came?
I mean, of course, it's the language, the
Yeah.
first one,
Because you
English
are,
versus
yes.
Spanish.
Uh-huh.
I feel like society in some ways, like the way people think, um, they like daily about their lives.
Mhm.
And also I feel like in US also depends where you are, like which region. Like,
Yeah.
of course, Midwest is not the same as you being on the West Coast or East
For
Coast,
sure.
Um, so there's like more parts that I like from others. But I will say, yeah, it's definitely the people. For me, it's the biggest difference.
Mm.
Um, like how people think.
Yeah. Wow. And I know your dad has had a big influence in your tennis career. How much have they, both your parents, been a part of your journey? And, kind of how much does it mean to them that you are continuing your tennis career?
Yeah. I mean, of course, they did everything they could, like financially, emotionally. Like my dad would literally take me to practice. He still does. He takes me to practice every day. So, like literally, his day revolves around me, which is bad, but it's true. I mean, but I feel like you don't truly understand once you hit like a certain age. Sometimes like you take things for granted, like in some ways.
Yeah.
Like kind of like, oh, they have to, but no, they don't have to. They do it because they love me and because
Yeah.
they want to, because they want to they see potential in me. They want to see me achieve things that I'm well not supposed to achieve, but that I could achieve.
Mhm.
So I feel like having someone that believes in you makes you believe in yourself as well. So I feel like I have that from them.
Yeah. And did they do you learn English from a young age?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you knew. Yeah.
Yeah, like my first school was a bilingual school.
Mhm.
So I started learning English when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
I stopped learning English when I was 12. When I went homeschool, I just did Spanish. But I
Okay.
didn't forget it. Like
Right.
yeah, my accent doesn't improve, but there's nothing I can do about
It's
that.
there to stay.
Yeah. Like I don't know why.
Yeah. Wow. So being a senior now, I mean, this is a big kind of transition year with you wanting to go pro. What do you kind of want to do in your senior season?
With my senior season. I mean, I definitely want our team to be ranked, to have better results. Um to beat teams that we were close to beat last year.
Mhm.
But we didn't. And as for myself, like my personal goals are just be consistent at the spot that
Yeah.
I'm like playing, in the lineup. I did well last year, but I want to play higher this year. So I feel like
Mhm.
that's my main goal and just like do preparation for pros, because it doesn't end for me on that season. Like it
Right.
continues. Like it's like a preparation for like my next chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So, how do you think tennis still needs to grow, like women's tennis? I mean, I feel like it's a lot of social media coverage when it's like the Grand Slams and all that. I feel like it's pretty big, but in those time of years. But is there anything that you think you kind of want to see tennis kind of move forward?
yeah, I mean, I feel like it will be a basic response from me, but it could grow way more in the fashion area. And
Yeah.
I feel like we can see that in a lot of sports and athletes. Like, for example, Paris Fashion Week was not long ago. And there were a lot of athletes, like, even like modeling on the runway,
Yes.
or assisting, like being VIP for
Yeah.
brands. And I will say, I mean, tennis is known for being a very fashionable sport. Like, you can literally be fashionable on the court, and your outfit matters. Like,
For sure.
it's kind of like in nature, like when the colors of a bird like intimidates like the other bird. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I think it was Rihanna that said like she can be me, but not my
Yeah.
outfit. Like
Iconic.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like it can grow a lot more. Like I feel like brands can be more creative. When it comes to outfits, I feel like they haven't been doing great.
Yeah.
So and just like players showing more their personality, showing that through social media, like being more realistic. I feel like we see that with some athletes as well, even in the Olympics with the content that they created. But yeah.
Yeah. I loved Naomi Osaka's most recent
The
green
bow
outfit.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that was
did? You
so
love that?
You didn't like it?
I don't know. I mean, I was obsessed with bows, but I don't know.
You
I
thought it
was
was a little
like,
too much for the court.
not even. It's just like maybe it was the design. Like I'm
Okay.
normally like I like extra,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe the dark. Did you see the night one?
Yes.
It was
the dirt.
It
Yeah.
was better than the green one, but there were a lot of mixed opinions about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It kind of gave a little too like tennis ball. Like
Yeah.
the
I mean,
color was
yeah. I don't know if that was the point of it, but
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Lulu came with a very cute dress for the US Open.
Lulu?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was kind of like it was like pleated,
Okay.
but it would like show like a pattern, like a design. It was so pretty. Yeah. When she like the girl will move.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I mean Skims, they've been doing a good job of like athlete campaigns
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
a lot of brands are trying to like get there, but I feel
Yeah.
like they're such like brands outside of like the typical Nike,
Mhm.
Adidas, stuff like that. But I feel like using an athlete to market your brand is like
Yeah.
your clothing brand, can
Yeah.
really pay off.
I just think it's funny because there's actually like a trend going on around tennis, especially after challengers.
Mhm.
And I feel like they didn't
Yes.
take much advantage from it.
Yeah.
Like I would have done a lot.
You're like, "Let me design some
Yeah.
things." Yeah. No, Zendaya's outfits on her press tour,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
those were iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, okay, so how do you kinda bring your own style to your tennis now? I know you have uniforms. Is there anything you kinda do that to bring the Anna edge?
Mm, I wouldn't say in the present I do much.
Mhm.
Maybe I change my jewelry depending how I feel.
Yeah.
My hairstyle. It needs to be comfortable still so I can
Mhm.
play. And I will say like that's the main thing that I do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And what do you hope that you leave behind at Nebraska with transferring and then kind of building your own way and showing who you are? Is there anything that you hope people kind of remember you by?
Mm, maybe that I was just like, nice, fun person,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most important thing,
Mhm.
I hope I didn't cause any damage to anybody. No, I don't think so, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the main thing. Yeah, like you always want people to think good about you.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And well, what is the biggest thing that you have learned from tennis, just overall?
from tennis. Well, that's a tough one. Yeah. Kind of like well, for example, something that can seem like the end of the world, it's just like the beginning of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you lose a match, maybe you lose what you thought was your most important match, or maybe you made a mistake, but you'll definitely make that mistake once again because you're
Right.
constantly like getting opportunities.
Yeah.
So I would say like just think about life, about unlimited opportunities.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and we got to wrap things up here.
Well, thank you so much, Anna. This has been the best time. You can find us on Off the Field next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Thank you.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners